The price of Bitcoin went crazy yesterday as Jerome Powell started speaking, and since then the price has risen and now settled at $23,176. Today, we potentially stand a chance at having another run to the upside. I'm going to point out a few things in today's video that are pretty bullish when it comes to the price of Bitcoin right now. And of course, we're going to be looking at some altcoins as well, my current open trades, and of course, XTP and Dafi. I'm going to be analyzing the price of both of those two as well, because both of them are very much overdue a breakout at this point in time. So if you are interested in that, then please do drop a like on today's video. We're trying to get 1,000 likes on this video, but at the same time, if you are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on the channel this year. But without further ado, cracking straight on with the video, $23,177 Bitcoin is where we currently sat. We're currently hanging around the bottom of the VWAP zone here, and it has been in the past that every time we touch the bottom of the VWAP, we do tend to rally back to the upside. However, this is only the 5-minute chart, and I've seen several people talking about Bitcoin in higher time frames right now as to what it's doing. The first one that I've seen most commonly is, oh my god, death cross occurring on these two moving averages, these 50-week moving average, or rather this is the 50-week moving average and this is the 200-weekly moving average. Currently the 50-week is about to cross through the 200-week. A lot of people on the surface would go, oh my god, that's terrible, terrible news, but at the same time I'd like to point out something that is completely contradicting that on the other moving average, which is the 50-day versus 200-day moving average, where we're currently getting a golden cross. You can look, basically, I want to point out that correlation is not causation in this point here. And basically, even though two moving averages are crossing over each other, when you're going off 200 weekly moving averages, this is a severely lagging indicator. I would be more likely looking at the weekly moving averages, not on this kind of time frames, to be honest. I'd be looking at the daily moving averages. That's what I meant to say. So on the daily moving averages, yeah, we're getting a bullish crossover here, and that could continue a rally to the upside. But also remember that correlation is not causation, and these two things directly contradict each other, basically meaning that both of them are completely useless. And the only thing we can take from here is we got rejected a little bit at the 200 weekly moving average, and that's really all we can read into this for now, because we've not been fully rejected from it yet. Now, currently, in terms of my current open trades, I'm $44,200 in a profit right now, and these are the trades that I've got open. I've got a long position still on UNFI, a long position on Algorand that's now $200 in a profit, a Bitcoin long, which is 10k in a profit, a couple of losses here on Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic. Then we've got this one right here on Ethereum, which is $7,400 in a profit. This is my rather large Ethereum trade. I took a little bit of profit on that last night on the jump up, so I'm now taking $4,000 of profit out of that Ethereum trade. At the same time, the Ethereum USD trade took a tiny little bit of profit on that yesterday just to cover some of the funding fees. That's now $17,800 in a profit. A couple of non-ones. This one here is one I opened this morning on FitFi. Again, the reason I've opened that FitFi trade is purely because another guy on Twitter seems pretty bullish on it, BULLBNB. So I thought, you know what, I'll follow you into that one as well, because he's been pretty accurate on these things so far. Other things to point out would be Phantom. Currently, $34 or $37 in a profit. Basically, it's currently at my entry price. This is a $62,000 long position. I'm expecting Phantom's price to increase. Took a little bit of profit on that trade as well last night. Took $772 worth of profit, basically to cover any potential losses if we were to drop back to the downside. The holochain trade is pretty much at break even. The Link trade is in a little bit of profit. The Matic trade in a little bit of profit. RSR, Spell, Waves, and Zilliqa, all of those are in a small amount of profit as well. So combined between the lot, there's about 44 grand of profit on the table right now. But what am I intending to do? Well, of course, Bitcoin is probably going to touch the bottom of the VWAP at some point today, whether it be at $23,000 or $23,100. We're probably going to touch the bottom and then bounce back to the upside is my perspective on the market right now. What are the levels of which we need to be watching on Bitcoin? Well, for that, we need to go over to the 4-hour chart and look at things on a slightly higher time frame. Let's wait for the chart to reset. There we go. And essentially, we've got a control line down here. If we lost the control line, which is sat at basically $22,950, then I would be expecting a price decline after that point. Again, back down to maybe this level here. If we lost this level here, about $22,800, then we would most likely drop down to about $22,200. However, I favor the upside right now, especially given the current market momentum. Again, the market momentum is certainly favoring the bulls, unless we do get strongly rejected at these levels here. Because if you start zooming out on this chart and looking at the longer term timeframes, and then looking at basically where this liquidity sits in the order book, after we pass through this level right here, which is the key resistance level, currently set at $24,500, there is basically no liquidity all the way up to here, which is about $29,000 there or thereabouts. So that's why I'm very, very, very bullish on the markets right now. It doesn't make sense to me to be bearish. It makes sense to position yourself for a rally to the upside from my perspective, and I'm doing the exact same in the altcoin market, hence why I've got so many positions open on the altcoin markets right now. Of course, if you are interested in trading, check out BYBIT and BitGet. You'll find links to those in today's video description. All of the trades that I've taken in today's video so far are on BYBIT, so check that out, link in today's video description. You get up to $30,000 for free when you sign up and start trading. Anyway, next thing to discuss in today's video has got to be XTP. XTP currently trading at 71 Satoshis. The sell side getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and the buy side getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Significantly more buys than sells right now on XTP. And at some point soon, hopefully this breaks to the upside. Again, it's had a couple of attempts in recent days. It's rallied to the upside and again got rejected. And if we could look at, just zoom out on this chart, essentially we've got a giant old bull flag, long period of consolidation at these levels. At some point, we will break upwards. And when we break upwards, it should be fairly ferocious, so long as nobody drops a bag on the market. Like, if you are going to take profits, put it in the order book. Don't just drop it in the market, because that's one of the reasons why the price has failed at these two price levels at 78 Satoshis and 75 Satoshis, is because when it gets there, somebody for whatever reason drops a bunch of coins on the market. So if you're going to sell, just shove them in the order book, and then you don't have any negative price impact. That's always what you should do when it comes to selling any kind of altcoin, because also you get the best price as well with no slippage. So in other news, of course, XTP does look pretty bullish right now, but what is the price of Dafi doing? This is Dafi right now. Well, Dafi is currently sat at 0.33, down a little bit today, but currently consolidating in this range, forming a big old bull flag. I'm expecting a breakout on this incredibly soon, because some news for Dafi is coming. And not only that, there's going to be something else that follows up this news again in about a week's time as well, I believe. I don't know what the next thing is, but I do know what the news is going to be, and I know that the news is pretty big and very important. So that's pretty exciting. I think it maybe drops today, maybe it drops tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but when it does, I think it'll be a buy the news event, because again, knowing what it is, nobody's bought the news yet. And of course, the market cap of Dafi is still incredibly low, sitting only at $21 million right now. So that's incredibly low market cap with decent volume in comparison to the market cap. Yeah, so I expect Dafi's price is going to increase again fairly shortly. Now, other things to point out would be Exceedme's price continued its rally upwards yesterday, currently sat at 14.4 sats, 14.4 cents, sorry, not sats. XTP again, bull penning outwards. Again, remember how Bitcoin's price does affect XTP, because Bitcoin and XTP are the only trading pairs for XTP. So if Bitcoin's price goes up and XTP price doesn't move, then you do make money by just holding XTP by nature of Bitcoin's price going up, which is another reason why I really like it right now. The other thing to point out would be Crypto Saving Experts indicator page is currently flashing a big old buy signal on XTP because of the big old bull flag that's forming right now. And yeah, I guess in terms of other things to discuss in today's video, I wanted to talk about Ethereum. Where is my Ethereum tab? Here it is. So on Ethereum, again, my massive long position, I'm still holding it open because I think that we may get a bounce off the outside of this bull flag today. If we get that bounce off the outside of the bull flag, the W formation pattern here is pretty much confirmed inside of this bull flag, and we should continue the pump to the upside. Ultimately, on Ethereum's price, if we look at the daily chart right now, I want to show you how little liquidity there is after we start breaking out of this zone. So it's a little bit higher on Ethereum. I think Ethereum's price at a bare minimum will get to $1,823, hence why I'm holding on to my long. But once we start breaking through that level, again, liquidity drops away to zero and the price goes all the way up to $4,200 and whatnot. So we can expect some big pumps to probably come on the crypto markets fairly soon. It really wouldn't surprise me, especially if this bullish momentum continues, especially at a state level, especially coming from people like Jerome Powell right now. It's been very powerful driving the markets. Another trade that I've got open though recently is Holochain. Holochain hot on BYBIT. That's one of the trades that I've got open. I've got a $100,000 long position there or thereabouts on this coin. It's been stagnating now for the past few days, just going sideways, sideways, sideways like this. I expect it's going to break out fairly soon, because if you look at the daily chart on Holochain, it is ultimately just forming one big old breakout formation. And when it does break out, again, zero resistance. And that's what's very attractive to me, to know that essentially when the price breaks a certain level, there is no selling pressure at all, basically meaning that the price can go insanely high on very small volume. That means there is incredible profits that potentially could be made, and that's what I'm pretty excited about. So on that note, guys, thank you all very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like on it. Just be careful when it comes to Bitcoin. Make sure you keep an eye on those downside levels of support, but at the same time, keep an eye on those resistance levels, because those resistance levels, when they start breaking, you'll see Bitcoin's price really starting to shoot up insanely quickly. I expect that potentially could happen this evening, so I will be going on a live stream this evening and updating you on the markets on my main channel, That Martini, guys. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you you have, dropped a like on today's video. Make sure you've got channel notifications turned on so you don't miss these videos as soon as I upload them. And have a great day, everybody. Happy Wednesday, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.